So in between proteome comparisons, we compare the proteomes from different organisms with one another. So in this way, we can find the genes which are similar between those organisms. We call them as orthologous genes. So here what we do is we take the proteome as a query and we do a database similarity search against another proteome, or there can be the whole database where we can have the set of proteomes. If proteome is not available, we can search against EST, which are express sequence tags. We can use those databases also. So as I said earlier, so this help us finding the orthologous genes. We can find the gene families and we can find the domains between different organisms. So proteins with highly significant alignment scores, they can be called as or suspected as orthologs. Mostly the proteins related to core biological functions, the basic function of life, they are most of them they are orthologs. How can we find true orthologs? There is a technique in which we call it as method 1. We have reciprocal hits. In reciprocal hits, you take one organism at a time as a query and search against the other as a database. So then you flip around and take first as database and the second one as query. So if you are getting the similar end results, so same genes are correlated with one another, are highly similar to one another, we can keep them as the best hits. And we can also apply some criteria on it. For example, here we can do a e-value cutoff. When we do BLAST, BLAST gives us a parameter called as e-value. Lower is good. We will talk about BLAST algorithm later on, but here we just the point or the message of this slide is that we can do some e-value cutoff and we can retain those gene pairs in those reciprocal hits. So for example, here we say that if E is less than 0.01, we can retain them. Same way, while we are doing BLAST, since it's a local search tool where we can compare different regions among us, different genes or proteins, and we look for matches between different regions. So sometimes both proteins are not much covered in the alignment, so we want to have at least some coverage criteria. So here we have, like for example, 60% coverage. So we keep those match paired sometimes, normally at very conservative or very low p values, maybe like 10 power minus 10 or 10 power minus 100. So in this way, while we are doing that, we can group those organisms which are similar to one another. We call them as clusters of orthologous groups or COGs. So orthologs, since they are believed to be derived from common ancestors, so they might also have paralogs. So within the organisms, the orthologs might also go into duplications, but orthologs can be studied as COGs. So here we have the examples. We are having orthologs between yeast and worms. We have different P cutoffs. Then we can have the total number of groups. So we have those at different cutoffs. If we go on stringent criteria, we have less common orthologous groups. So if we relax them, we have more. And then we have number of groups with more than 2 members here. And then the percentage of yeast, how many among the total they are present. So they are presented in these two groups. So say we have 40% at this criteria and we have 19% at this criteria, this 10 power minus 10. So that remains to 5% and 2% if our criteria is strict. So in this way we can group the similar proteins, and at different cutoffs of p-values we can have different results. So sometimes we take those proteomes and we take those proteomes and we match them or we align them with express sequence tags, which are cDNA copies of messenger RNAs. And for organisms, we do that for those organisms whose genomes sequences are not available. So we can do this. So EST are single DNA reads. So mostly they are 3' bytes. So since we get them from messenger RNA and messenger RNA extraction protocols, they rely on getting those messenger RNA by using their 3' poly A tail on their 3' end. So that's why they are kind of more tilted or oriented toward 3 primes. ESTs mainly they are extracted from 3' ends most of the time. So maybe we can have incomplete ESTs because it depends upon gene expression. So if we don't have genomes, rather if we have ESTs, we might be biased towards only those genes which are expressed. The software or the package in BLAST which is used is tBLASTn for this purpose. Proteins, they are organized into domains. So their domains are specific arrangements of amino acids. So these are the structures, the units of structures. And domain comparisons, sometimes they are correlated with their biological functions. So here, for example, we take the domains from different proteins and we put into some domain databases, and then in the end we can come up with shared domains, the domains which are present in these different groups, and then we can correlate this information to have their idea about their functions. So proteome comparison helps finding orthologs, gene families and protein domains, and domain comparisons can also help correlate to the biological functions.